AM Extra is going beyond pride on this Wallet Wednesday, and we're digging into some unique financial situations that the LGBTQ plus community faces during these tough economic times.
Whether you're a business owner or just trying to make ends meet for your family, we're getting some tips on how queer folks can best achieve their financial goals. Charlene Charisma is a Growth and Development Director at Northwestern Mutual Portland. She joins us live with some advice during this Pride Month. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. Well, Charlene, let's first kind of talk about just some of the unique financial situations or some of the financial challenges that LGBTQ plus individuals can face.
Sounds good. Well, though there are many similarities between all couples with financial planning, there are some unique pieces. And I'd say that the first one that we work with the most is family planning. So for many couples, it's free to have a baby, expensive to raise one. With the LGBTQ plus community, it can actually be costly to start a family. So whether you're looking at adoption, surrogacy, IVF, artificial insemination, these are all things that you want to plan for ahead of time, and you need to plan for ahead of time when you start a family. And so I'd say that's probably the most common unique planning tip that we have. The other would be just whether it's medical costs associated with the transgender community, whether your insurance covers it, if they don't cover it, how are we transitioning? That's going to be a big piece. And then legal documents. So just making sure that your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. I highly recommend using naming beneficiaries versus saying spouse or child, just to get rid of any ambiguity when it comes to transitioning assets or what you wish to happen both while you're alive and when you're not alive anymore.
Yeah, how can folks best achieve their financial goals? What type of looking ahead do you advise people to do?
Well, definitely meeting with an advisor that is familiar within the queer community. So I've been doing this for over 10 years, doing planning before gay marriage was legal. So I think it's really important to work with an advisor that is sensitive to some of the topics so they know how to ask questions to gather the best information. Because ultimately, again, with anyone, it's creating a financial plan that involves, I don't like the word budget, but like, what is your lifestyle expense? What does it cost to be you on a monthly basis? Not everyone is as fortunate to have $52,000 a year come in, to be able to, that they get from the state of Oregon. So again, what is the planning opportunity that is there with your lifestyle expense, your budgets? Again, making sure that you have all of those documents in place as well is going to be really, really important. Reviewing insurance, documents, not just like for your house and car, but what happens when you're no longer alive? What happens if you get sick or injured? These are all really important pieces to factor when creating a plan, and then working with an advisor that is familiar, that can create a safe space to ask these questions, to really get your hopes and your dreams out there that lack any judgment, so we can build the strongest financial plan for you moving forward.
Yeah, if we could only all be so lucky to be Oregon lottery winners and have some extra cash every week.
The
Wouldn't
first
that
time
be
you
nice?
play, right?
Right, the very first time. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, I think
I had to. It was too easy.
Right, I know. Well, and to your point earlier, you stressed there are a lot of similarities here, whether you're a queer couple or not. But when we look in particular at just how people are feeling about today's economy, how are LGBTQ plus individuals feeling in today's economy? Are there some extra stressors there?
There are. So Northwestern Mutual's Planning and Progress study looked at financial concerns with people here in Portland, and they saw that nearly 2 out of 3 people feel that we're entering a recession and are looking to dial back their expenses. So that's, what's happening right now. But one of the unique pieces, again, within the queer community is you're seeing all these laws that are being passed in multiple states. And I think that we're fortunate that we live here in the Pacific Northwest, where we do respect people's identity. But there are individuals that, are maybe looking at moving out of, from different states here to Oregon, or moving out of state in general, because of laws that are being passed that affect job security, housing security. We saw here last year that Supreme Court precedents are not necessarily what we thought. So will there be a rollback of some of these laws that do protect the queer community? And I think that the other piece is when you're working with a lesbian couple, for example, or women identifying couples, there's the gender gap is real. And when you have two women in a relationship that are making less money typically than their male counterparts, actuarially speaking, will live longer. They're having to do more with less for a longer period of time. And, I personally think just because the cards are stacked against you doesn't mean we can't help you be a better poker player. So having a plan that addresses these longevity risks and financial risks is incredibly important when working within a community, especially when you have, two women identifying or a lesbian couple.
Charlene Charisma, thanks for joining us. Great last name, by the way. We appreciate you
Thank
being
you.
here. And
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
And if you're looking for some financial advice all year round, just head to northwesternmutual.com to learn more.